Good morning, great morning, wonderful morning, spectacular morning, outstanding morning, magnificent morning. Did I say it? Yes. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious morning. Yes. The beautiful reminder of choice that we all have to give meaning to that which is fundamentally meaningless. Remember, everything just is. Nothing is good or bad. It's our thinking that makes it so. Our thinking, how we're thinking. You don't become what you think about most of the time. You become how you're thinking most of the time. And in that how, you get to, again, decide how you're going to perceive things. That perception leads you into a frequency, which is a state, a vibratory state to be more specific. And that vibratory state is the attractive force in your life. Now, again, what's really beautiful about this is you get to choose it for anything and everything. Think about what's happening in your life right now. Remember, it just is. It's neither good nor bad. It just is. It's you that gets to give meaning. Is this the beginning or is this the end? Is this the opening or the closing? Is this good or is this bad? Now, remember, in terms of this, there's a law called polarity, which is there that you get to use as well. The whole point is in terms of that polarity, okay, fine, there is a spectrum that's there, good, bad, whatever, up, down. You get to decide how you're going to view it and what you're going to give attention to. And that right there is magnificent, especially when it comes to delivering change in your life. I mean, that's what we've been learning from this wonderful masterpiece, the Master Key System by Charles Haanel. The emphasis of how important it is to gain control of that inner narrative inside, to think about how you would love things to be instead of how things are. See, you get to choose that. And this is what we're hoping that you grab onto and use in your life. Because when you do, guess what? You can get what you want. Remember what I shared with you from Wallace Wattles in The Science of Getting Rich? He talks about how there's nothing that shrinks the minds of more men and women than that of sustained and consecutive thought. It's the hardest work in the world, especially when truth, how you would love things to be, okay, here it is again, how you would love things to be, is contrary to the appearance, contrary to the evidence, contrary to what's happening according to your senses and your history. But when you can think from how you would love things to be and hold that on the screen of your mind, you have what's called power and you can get what you want. That's exactly how everything in this world that has been made was made. Somebody imagined something that was not there factually, that was not there in the material world. They were creating that image in their mind and then they held it on the screen of their mind. They were loyal to that unseen reality regardless of what happened. And because of that loyalty, it led to the external change. And that's what you can do for you. That's what we continue to drive as a message to you and what we're hoping that you get for you. All right, so make sure you have your goal card with you. Make sure that you have the master key system with you. And make sure you're taking notes. But most importantly, make sure that you are using it practically in your life. When? Right here, right now. All right, let's go into this, shall we? 1, 2, 3, kaboom. All right. Now, we're going to go over a little bit of what we went through yesterday that's tied into a statement that was shared. And this is on page 392. And what was he talking about? He was talking about removing the error of wrong thinking. Wrong thinking. Wrong thinking, not in terms of, oh, you're wrong, you're wrong. No, wrong thinking in terms of thinking in a way that's not in harmony with how you love things to be. I bring into an example that beautiful, fun question. Will you be able to be happy most of the time if your mind is saturated with thoughts of sadness and disappointment? What's the answer? No, it's not going to happen. See, some people say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. But see, that's the shallow definition because most people, when they think of the doing part, they're thinking of the physical thing, not understanding that the doing happens because of feeling, and feeling happens because of how you're thinking, which means the true definition of insanity is thinking the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. See, there's no way you're going to be able to be happy most of the time if your mind is dominated with thoughts of sadness and disappointment. See, that's wrong thinking. Well, it's the same thing with regards to wealth, abundance, prosperity, health. You must build it in your own mind when? First. Now, how do you go about removing this error? The method for removing this error is to go into the silence and know the truth as all is one mind. You can do this for yourself and anyone else. Go inside where nobody sees. Don't let the distractions of the outside disturb that inner silence. Go to that place where you can imagine whatever you want to imagine, where you can think whatever you want to think. If you have learned to form mental images, in other words, to imagine, I'm going to go further than that. Imagine great things for yourself. Imagine the best of the best for you. Imagine great outcomes. If you have learned to form mental images of the conditions desired, this will be the easiest and quickest way to secure results. Now, again, really grab on to what's being shared here. The quickest way for you to get to where you would love to be is to imagine it and hold it on the screen of your mind. The fastest way. And then he goes further, if not, results can be accomplished by argument, by the process of convincing yourself absolutely of the truth of your statement. Yeah, you can go about it that way. And by the way, there's nothing really wrong with that because you're moving forward. Here, he's just emphasizing that the fastest way is to go there inside. Now, most people, when they're going about making changes, they go about it the second way, but then learn to do it the quickest way. And this is what we're inviting you to. We're inviting you to tap into the power of your imagination. Remember, you're either a slave to your imaginings or a master of your imagination. Say that. I'm either a slave to my imaginings or a master of my imagination. It's the latter that delivers your emancipation, your freedom. When you're a master of your imagination, when you can boldly imagine great things for yourself and connect with it, become one with it, and then hold it on the screen of your mind, oh my God, watch out. You're going to be like a rocket. And it's not going to be a small rocket. It's going to be a massive, highly combustible rocket. You'll be moving so fast. You'll be wondering, why haven't I done this before? Now think about that. You can do that for you in your life, for how much you earn, what you do for work, your lifestyle, all of it. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. All things were made by imagination, and without imagination was not anything made that was made. That is a principle. That is a statement of what is in you. That's the statement of God in you. You have an imagination, don't you? Of course you do. Well, it's your imagination. Place into your imagination, use your imagination in ways that serve you, that help you to grow, to expand. The same way that those who have created the things that you love did for themselves too. Now, before we go further, for those of you who are watching the live stream, who would love to tap into this and watch the replays and join this community live, go to elevitality.com and register for Master Your Mind. You'll thank yourself later.